Welcome to Uncaged Zoo Tours. If you're new to the channel and love animals, I recommend hitting the like and subscribe buttons and the bell icon to join me on my tours. And we're back at the Cincinnati Zoo, my friends. We last saw kangaroos in Rue Valley, raptors in Eagle Eyrie, America's only aardwolves in Night Hunters, and rare primates in jungle trails. Today, our journey continues at another of the zoo's crowning achievements, Manatee Springs. Opened in May 1999, this attraction was so popular that it was awarded the Munson Aquatic Conservation Exhibitory Award, as well as a Significant Achievement Exhibit Award from the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. As we head into the swamps of Florida, we will see one of the greatest manatee sanctuaries, meet some of Florida's most iconic residents, and discuss a little bit about the zoo's history. Let's begin. Manatee Springs is located across from Rhino Reserve. As we head inside this greenhouse, you might get a taste of the Everglades and the channel's first American alligator. After 20 or so episodes, I can finally talk about them. Alligators spend their lives in the freshwater swamps from Texas to North Carolina, but one place they can't thrive in is saltwater. This is because they don't have glands that remove salt from the body. On the other hand, the gator's cousin, the American crocodile, loves salt water. Alligators and crocodiles look similar, but there are some subtle differences. Alligators are gray and have a U-shaped snout, while crocodiles are brown and have a V-shaped snout. An alligator's bottom teeth are inside its mouth. On the other hand, a croc's teeth stick out of its mouth. But both reptiles are also cannibals, which means they eat their own kind. That's so dark, and just in time for Halloween. The greenhouse leads into the exhibit's main building. The first tank contains a sleeping alligator snapping turtle and bluegill sunfish. Terrarium number 1 contains a green basilisk lizard. Like I said in episode 17, these lizards can run on water, thanks to their big feet, along with the fringes that create air bubbles. This lizard also has a long tail for balance. According to legend, the basilisk is a mythical creature that's half rooster, half lizard. If you look at it, you might turn to stone. Wow, that's creepy. Also from South America is the Amazon milk frog. The frog's name comes from a sticky substance that they secrete through their skin. The substance is not for drinking because it can be poisonous to predators. The milk frog has special toe pads on its feet that can help them climb trees. Now it's time to meet the stars of the swamp. Living with this alligator gar are the zoo's manatees. As I said in episode 20, manatees are constantly threatened by boat accidents, cold stress, red tide, and fishing nets. But like the Seas Pavilion in Epcot, Cincinnati is no stranger to helping out. Since 1999, the Cincinnati Zoo has cared for over 19 sick or injured manatees. 14 of them were released back into the swamps of Florida. The Cincinnati Zoo is also one of 2 facilities in America outside of Florida where you can see manatees. The zoo participates in the Manatee Rehabilitation Partnership, or MRP. First, rescued manatees are taken to critical care facilities such as Zoo Tampa or SeaWorld Orlando. Following treatment, the manatees are transferred to other zoos, such as Cincinnati, where they will continue to care for them. Then, when the manatees feel better, they're released back into Florida's warm waters. Even after release, the zoos monitor and assess the manatees' health to ensure they live long and happy lives. The next tank contains red-bellied turtles, azurius cichlids, and catfish. Across from them is a sleeping Apalachicola king snake. But next door is a greater siren. Contrary to his name, this amphibian can't sing. In fact, he spends most of his time sleeping in the mud. At night, it swims around hunting for grubs. Greater sirens have gills like fish, but they can also detect prey with a Jacobson's organ, which helps them pick up nearby grubs. The siren's neighbor is another aquatic amphibian, the two-toed Amphiuma. Like the siren, the Amphiuma is nocturnal, but it can hunt prey with its strong jaws and razor-sharp teeth. Despite their looks, Amphiumas are fully aquatic salamanders.
Gee, I always thought they looked like snakes.
In the next terrarium, you will find a gray rat snake, and next door is a dusky pygmy rattlesnake. And yes, these two are also snakes. I'm sorry for being Mr. Obvious. The next tank contains tiny mosquito fish. These fish play a vital role in keeping the Florida ecosystem in balance. They keep the mosquito population low by eating the insect's larvae and pupa. Despite this, mosquito fish are an invasive species to Hawaii, Puerto Rico, and Australia. In turn, the fish get eaten by bigger fish and wading birds. After that, you might see a loggerhead musk turtle, which I unfortunately didn't see. We can always see displays that showcase the dusky seaside sparrow, which became extinct in 1987 due to mosquito control programs and global warming. And if we're not careful, other animals like the Florida scrub jay might become extinct or completely die out. The following display contains a manatee skeleton, and hey, don't touch that! Sorry. And manatee bones. Speaking of conservation, the Burmese python is typically found in Southeast Asia, but is also an invasive species in Florida. Invasive species can cause many problems in habitats where they don't belong. And yes, this python really didn't want to be filmed. Why is everyone avoiding me today? I'm a nice guy. Anyways, there's another display of animal parts and awards. You can compare crocodilian skulls and learn about the native people of Florida. There's also a display that showcases Florida's biodiversity and features a quote from the master of nature documentaries, David Attenborough. If you had visited this exhibit outside in the 2000s, you might have seen some famous white lions. The Cincinnati Zoo received its white lions from Singfred and Roy, two magicians from Las Vegas, in 1988. Unfortunately, by May 2022, all of their white lions have died. Nowadays, there's something that comes from the land down under, the channel's first Bennett's wallaby. Like a cow, they regurgitate their food and swallow it again. Gross. Like rabbits, wallabies swivel their ears to pick up the quietest sounds. Maybe they can hear me right now. Wallabies also stomp their feet to warn their friends that danger is near. And that, my friends, is where Manatee Springs ends. This will likely convince you to visit Cincinnati for yourself. But we're not done with Cincinnati yet. So, as usual, vote for the next exhibit you want to see. Would you like to visit Africa, featuring the world-famous Fiona the hippo, running cheetahs, and a great savanna? We can also head to Gorilla World to meet their gorillas and playful colobus monkeys. Our third option is World of the Insect, where we'll learn about how important invertebrates are to our world. As always, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for watching my videos.